Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're tackling something you hear all the time: cloud computing. We've all heard the buzzword, right? But how do massive global enterprises and even tiny startups actually operate and thrive today without a single, noisy physical computer whirring away in their offices? Well, let's find out. Seriously, think about the apps you rely on every single day. When you upload a massive file to Google Drive, binge a show on Netflix, or check your online banking, ask yourself, how are these companies providing such seamless, instant services to millions of people globally without their servers literally bursting into flames? The answer, of course, is the cloud. So here's our game plan for today. We'll quickly define what cloud computing actually is, why businesses are flocking to it, how it stacks up against traditional servers, who the major players are, and finally, how it's fueling modern business growth. Let's get right into it. Section 1. What is cloud computing? Okay, let's ditch the tech jargon for a second. At its core, cloud computing simply means using services over the internet. Instead of a company buying incredibly expensive hardware and building these large, freezing cold server rooms right inside their office building, a cloud provider actually manages all of that infrastructure for them somewhere else. You just connect to it online. It really requires a total shift in mindset. You're renting instead of owning. It's exactly like streaming movies online instead of buying physical DVDs. You don't need the actual disc or some bulky DVD player taking up space in your living room anymore. You just access the content whenever you want, and you only pay for what you actually use. Section 2. Why move to the cloud? So why are modern businesses of literally all sizes making this massive shift right now? Well, the cloud solves so many major traditional business headaches. It dramatically lowers upfront hardware costs. It allows for instant scaling, meaning if your product suddenly goes viral, your site won't just crash. It enables your team to securely work from anywhere. It provides enterprise-grade security and backups. And finally, global reach. You can serve customers worldwide without having to build physical IT centers in every single country. It's a huge deal. Section 3. Cloud v. Traditional servers. To really grasp this, let's compare the cloud directly against the old way of doing things. Traditional server setups are honestly a heavy burden. You have to buy the hardware up front, foot the massive bill for electricity and cooling, and hire a dedicated IT team just to constantly monitor it. The cloud completely flips the script. Everything is online. You just pay as you go, using exactly what you need, while the provider handles all that tricky behind-the-scenes maintenance. Here's a super simple metaphor. Traditional servers are basically like owning your own private power generator. You've got heavy maintenance, expensive fuel, and high upfront costs. Cloud computing is just like plugging into your local power company. You plug into the wall, get instant power exactly when you need it, and literally only pay for the watts you consume. Make sense? Section 4. The major cloud providers. You might be wondering, who actually runs these massive online infrastructures for businesses to rent? Well, the big three totally dominate this space. Amazon Web Services, or AWS, is currently the world's largest platform, and it's really famous for the sheer flexibility it gives businesses to only pay for what they use. But Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud are incredibly massive, powerful players as well, and they each bring unique strengths to the table. And look, these providers do so much more than just store your old files. Yes, they provide the core infrastructure like virtual servers and databases, but they also hand businesses the keys to crazy advanced tools like artificial intelligence and big data analytics right on demand. Plus, they offer top-tier, enterprise-grade cybersecurity and disaster recovery that most small companies could absolutely never afford to build themselves. Section 5. Fueling modern business growth. Let's look at how adopting all this actually builds a stronger enterprise in the real world. First, unbelievable efficiency. Businesses can launch new apps in minutes instead of waiting months to literally build physical servers. Second, instant scalability. You can perfectly match your resources to whatever your customer demand is. And third, innovation. Companies can immediately start experimenting with cutting-edge AI without making massive, super risky hardware investments. Ultimately, despite common myths out there that the cloud is somehow less secure or that it's just someone else's computer, it really is fundamentally transforming how businesses operate. It has become absolutely essential. We're talking strong business continuity, entirely remote workforces, and rapid global expansion for companies of literally any size. Understanding cloud computing is no longer just a nice little bonus on your resume. It's a critical survival skill for the future of business. So I'll leave you with this to consider. As the entire digital world shifts to the cloud, are your IT skills actually ready for it? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep exploring.